I'll show you now how to multiply and add numbers that are in scientific notation. So consider this. So we've got 9.2 times 10 to the 7, and we're adding to that 3.1 times 10 to the 6. So it'd be tempting to line it up and add the 2 to the 1 and the 9 to the 3. I'll show you what that looks like just so that you know not to make this mistake. You could go 9.2 times 10 to the 7 plus 3.1 times 10 to the 6. And it really looks like we should be adding the 2 and the 1 and the 9 and the 3. This is a warning. Don't do that. What you want to do is write this out as a decimal number. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The counting I was doing there is I was looking at this exponent, and I was counting out how many spots I moved the decimal over. You can take your time and verify that this is correct, that these are the decimal representation of those scientific notation numbers. And now that I've written it out that way, we can add them. Make sure everything's lined up. So each 0 is lined up with a 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 3 plus 2 is 5. And then that's a 9. So we're adding the 2 and the 3, not the 9 and the 3. And the 1 is just being added to a 0. So we'll convert back to scientific notation. This is 9.51 times 10. And our exponent is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got to move that decimal over 7 spots. Now you might be looking at that saying, well, I don't even see a decimal there. Well, true enough. When you don't see a decimal, it's at the very end. So we take that and move it over 7 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that puts the decimal right after the very first digit where it should be for scientific notation. So when you're adding, convert to decimal numbers, line them up very carefully, add them, and then convert them back. Now I'm going to show you a little trick for when we're multiplying them. So let's say I have 3.2 times 10 to the 11, and I'm multiplying it by 4.0 times 10 to the, let's say, 12. Okay, when we're multiplying, we actually don't even have to go into decimal numbers. We can just keep them in scientific notation. Here's what we're going to do. Step 1, we're going to multiply the significant numbers. So the significant numbers are 3.2, and we're going to multiply that by 4.0, which is 4. So then when I multiply this, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, and there's 1 decimal there, so this is 12.8. That's step 1. Step 2, and this is a new tricky seeming step, add exponents. So we have 10 to the 11 times 10 to the 12. And the trick is we add the exponents. So 12 plus 11 is 23. So that's 10 to the 23. And then put it all together. So step 3 is combine them. Combine. Okay, so I've got 12.8 times 10 to the 23. Sure looks like I'm done, but I'm actually not. Step 4, we turn this into scientific notation. Now, I know you think we're in scientific notation. It sure looks like it. But for true scientific notation, there must only be one decimal after that first digit. So in true scientific notation, this becomes 1.28 times 10 to the 24. Because with the decimal here, it has to be moved over 24 spots, not a mere 23 when the decimal was there.